You know what woke means? It means you're a loser. Everything woke. Everything woke. It's true. Everything woke turns to shit, okay?
The emergence of woke media has sparked a heated discussion regarding identity politics, freedom of expression, and social conventions. Donald Trump, through his aggressive and defiant approach, has become a prominent figure vigorously opposing this narrative directly.
Tell us more.
Oh, look, I think every time you have an outburst of abolishing terms like brother and sister and mother and father from the public service or anywhere else, a Prime Minister and the Premier just sort of bang it on the head. Gender, preferences and everything's a matter of individual choice, but to even contemplate interfering with such time-honoured expressions is ridiculous.
What precisely is woke media, and what has caused it to turn into such a divisive element in the current landscape? At its core, woke media emphasizes a deep commitment to social justice, identity politics, and political correctness. It frequently focuses on stories that confront deep-rooted values and customs, promoting progress in aspects such as racial equality, gender identity, and systemic oppression. For its supporters, woke media represents an essential advancement, a symbol of progress and inclusivity. It seeks to highlight marginalized perspectives and advocate for social changes that foster justice and equality. For them, this form of media confronts power dynamics and offers a voice to those who have been overlooked throughout history. Yet, detractors claim that woke media has deviated from its honorable goals, evolving into a divisive instrument instead of a unifying element. They argue that its significant dependence on political correctness frequently causes sensationalism, amplifies societal divides, and suppresses open dialogue. Rather than fostering constructive conversation, detractors argue that woke media promotes biased narratives that disconnect the typical American, who desires truthful reporting and fair viewpoints. This is the point at which Donald Trump has adopted a strong position. From his rallies to news conferences, he has repeatedly pointed out what he sees as biases in the media, terming it fake news. Trump claims that these media outlets distort facts to promote particular agendas, a sentiment that resonates with countless Americans who feel ignored and misrepresented. For his supporters, Trump's criticism goes beyond mere political speech. It represents their exasperation with a media environment that appears more and more out of touch with their beliefs and realities. By highlighting this issue, Trump has cast himself as an advocate for those who desire transparency and balance, additionally energizing the national dialogue regarding the media's role and duty in influencing public perception. Donald Trump's criticism of woke culture has been persistent, unabashed, and frequently infused with his distinctive sharp wit. He has emerged as an outspoken opponent of policies and beliefs he sees as excessive, especially regarding the debated topic of gender identity in contemporary society.
With the stroke of my pen on day one, we're going to stop the transgender lunacy.
A prominent example is his position on transgender involvement in sports, an issue that has sparked intense discussions across the country. At a rally, Trump humorously remarked, "Can you picture me coaching a women's basketball team? We would triumph in every match."
And I say, LeBron, did you ever have any desire to be a woman? Because what I'd love you to do is star on my team that I'm building up. I will have the greatest team in history. They'll never lose.
This playful remark conveys a more profound issue, one based on fairness, competition, and the safeguarding of women's rights in athletics. Trump's stance isn't just aimed at provoking debate. It seeks to emphasize the wider consequences of permitting biological males to participate in women's sports divisions. By highlighting the clear physical benefits that frequently arise, he emphasizes what he perceives as a decline in fairness under the guise of inclusivity. For Trump, this matter illustrates how woke ideology emphasizes beliefs over practicality, negatively impacting female athletes who have strived hard to succeed in their sports. What renders Trump's criticism especially powerful is his manner of delivery. He mixes direct, practical language with pointed humor that connects with his audience. His remarks, filled with humor and striking comparisons, not only amuse but also clearly emphasizes his point. Trump's skill in transforming complex or contentious issues into relatable stories is one of his most significant strengths as a communicator. For numerous individuals who support him, Trump's position signifies a readiness to confront what they perceive as an excess of woke culture. By boldly addressing these sensitive issues, he establishes himself as a champion of traditional values and common sense in a time of rising ideological division. Donald Trump's confrontations with journalists from woke media have become a defining feature of his presidency and public image, frequently regarded as truly legendary. Among these, his heated interactions with CNN's Jim Acosta are notable, illustrating his unwillingness to avoid confrontations.
That's enough. I
That's
was going
enough.
to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr.
Excuse
President.
me, that's enough.
Trump has consistently resisted what he sees as loaded questions, interrogatives structured in manners that, according to him, aim to trap or delegitimize him. A notably unforgettable instance occurred at a press conference when Acosta confronted Trump regarding race relations in America, depicting them as a systemic and profoundly rooted deficiency.
That this caravan was an invasion. As you know,
I
Mr. President,
consider it to be an
As you know,
invasion.
Mr. President, caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with the U.S.
Acosta's questions were daring, yet Trump's reply was even bolder.
Do you think that you demonized immigrants in
Not
this
at all.
election
No, not
to
at all.
try
I
to
want
keep
them. I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. You know, they have to come in, Jim, through a process. I want it to be a process, and I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your
You know,
campaign-
Wait,
your
wait,
campaign-
Wait. You know why we need the people?
Instead of agreeing with the premise, Trump shifted the focus, emphasizing the historic low unemployment rates for African Americans reached during his presidency. In doing this, he shifted the discussion towards concrete economic advancement instead of stories of ongoing victimization. Trump's knack for steering conversations away from woke topics and focusing on tangible achievements is among his top strengths. His method not only alleviates divisive issues, but also bolsters his reputation as a leader focused on achieving results. This approach strikes a chord with countless individuals who feel disappointed by a media environment they think emphasizes sensationalism rather than meaningful content. However, Trump is not fighting this battle by himself. Conservative figures such as Allen West have voiced comparable opinions, questioning the media's emphasis on systemic oppression while promoting stories of personal accountability and empowerment. These leaders contend that this change in viewpoint enables people to overcome challenges instead of focusing on systemic issues. Through these clashes, Trump has positioned himself as a significant adversary to the media's progressive agenda. His unrepentant position and skill in guiding discussions toward practical solutions have garnered him respect from followers who appreciate his candor and contempt for political correctness. A hallmark of his style in public debate is his unwillingness to relent and his dedication to transforming the story. The opposition to woke policies goes well beyond Trump's rallies, resonating in workplaces, schools, and communities all over America. An expanding part of the population is becoming more disenchanted with progressive initiatives that they view as alien to their values and actual experiences. This feeling of isolation has sparked a response that cannot be overlooked. A notable instance of this opposition can be observed in the business sector. Businesses implementing woke policies frequently encounter challenging situations. Take into account Bud Light's marketing strategy that showcases a transgender influencer, a move designed to attract a younger, more progressive demographic. Although the aim might have been to resonate with changing social narratives, the outcome was drastically different. Substantial pushback from their main customers, resulting in boycotts and a sharp decline in sales. Trump and his followers have swiftly highlighted these occurrences as proof that companies emphasizing woke ideologies may alienate the ordinary Americans they rely upon. For numerous people, these corporate errors highlight a broader disconnection. Trump has skillfully harnessed this frustration, highlighting that elites advocating woke policies, be it in corporate offices, universities, or media, appear more disconnected from the challenges and dreams of the typical voter. It's not merely about single events. It's about a sensed decline in traditional values, family units, and practical methods to policy. This prevalent feeling enhances Trump's rhetoric and strengthens his allure. He not only recognizes these frustrations, he expresses them in a manner that profoundly resonates. By highlighting what many see as the unforeseen results of woke policies, Trump has established himself as a champion of fairness, tradition, and the principles that numerous Americans believe are being overlooked. In this clash of beliefs, Trump's criticism of woke policies serves as more than mere opposition. It acts as a rallying call for individuals who perceive themselves as ignored and marginalized in the evolving cultural environment. Mainstream media exerts a significant impact on public opinion, and its contribution to promoting woke culture is crucial. Media organizations like CNN, MSNBC, and the New York Times often interpret social and political matters from a progressive perspective, characterizing them as struggles for moral justice. Supporters see this approach as crucial for achieving equality and inclusion, while critics claim it reinforces bias, overlooks differing perspectives, and favors emotional stories over factual reporting. Donald Trump has consistently criticized what he refers to as media hypocrisy. His clashes with notable journalists have become pivotal instances of his presidency and political journey. A notable instance occurred during a news conference regarding immigration policies. A reporter claimed that Trump is encouraging division through the enforcement of tougher border policies. Trump, on the other hand, responded by highlighting the media's obvious neglect of reports about crimes carried out by illegal immigrants, a topic he asserted was intentionally minimized to safeguard a favored narrative. This exchange embodied a larger concern that Trump often emphasizes: uneven indignation and varied coverage. He contends that the media places excessive emphasis on narratives that endorse progressive ideologies while neglecting or downplaying issues that contest them. For example, the increase in violent crime in urban areas after specific progressive reforms typically garners less attention than discussions about systemic oppression. Trump's knack for highlighting these contradictions deeply connects with his backers, who believe that mainstream media has abandoned its conventional function as a neutral overseer. Instead, they perceive it as a biased organization, crafting stories to align with progressive ideologies. By boldly opposing these practices, Trump establishes himself as a representative for individuals disenchanted with contemporary journalism. He advocates for a resurgence of truthful reporting that emphasizes facts rather than agendas, a rallying cry that remains powerful for millions who feel disconnected from the current media environment. What distinguishes Donald Trump in the political realm is his unique skill in employing humor as a tool to address serious and frequently divisive matters. Instead of avoiding controversial issues, Trump embraces them with a keen sense of humor that mocks the supposed absurdities of woke culture. His talks typically combine elements of stand-up comedy with political analysis, making sure his listeners are amused while also taking in his critique. One of his most notable moments of satire is his hypothetical circumstance of leading a women's basketball team. With his usual smirk, he joked, "LeBron James, do you have time this season? A player like you would be invaluable to us."
And I'd say, LeBron, did you ever have any desire to be a woman? Because what I'd love you to do is star on my team that I'm building up. I will have the greatest team in history. They'll never lose.
Though appearing lighthearted, the remark touches on the core of the fairness discussion in sports, especially concerning the participation of transgender athletes. For Trump, these comments go beyond mere jokes. They are intentional provocations meant to emphasize what he perceives as the inconsistencies in woke ideology. Humor fulfills various functions in Trump's rhetoric. It neutralizes critics, making it challenging for them to respond without seeming dry or excessively sensitive. Simultaneously, it captivates his audience, a significant number of whom feel drained by what they see as the relentless moral scrutiny of woke culture. By addressing these matters in a humorous yet direct way, Trump simplifies intricate and contentious subjects for a wide audience. His satirical style strongly connects with individuals who feel disconnected due to the excessive nature of political correctness. To them, Trump's humor is refreshing, a means to find comedy in societal shifts that often seem more imposed than embracing. However, it's not solely about the humor. His comedy conveys a message, a critique ensconced in cleverness, that highlights his larger position against what he refers to as woke madness. In the end, Trump's sense of humor and satirical style serve not only as entertainment, but also as key components of his political persona, enabling him to confront cultural standards while ensuring his supporters remain fully engaged. Donald Trump's bold approach and pointed criticism of woke media resonate with countless Americans. By merging humor, assertiveness, and an unwavering commitment to fairness, he has established himself as a prominent advocate against the extremes of woke culture. As the struggle for media narratives intensifies, it is evident that the clash between traditional values and progressive beliefs will persist in influencing the future of public dialogue in America. And whether you love him or hate him, Trump will continue to be at the heart of it all.